Hi, I'm John. Welcome to the back office. I have a problem with light. Here you can see I'm bathed in light because I'm in part of my house that has a lot of light, but in my back office it's dark, as you know, and then I need lots of extra light. It's always a pain in the ass to set up for videos. So I ordered some LED panels and they have arrived, and let me show you the box. Yeah, that's it, a huge box, and just for scale, that's my foot. Yeah, I can't even move this. I got bad back at the moment and it weighs like, I don't know, it feels at least 10 kilos, maybe more, 20 kilos, something like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these out one by one and take them to the back office, set up the camera, and we'll have a little bit of a before and after. So I've just opened up the box, have a quick look inside. There's supposed to be 6 panels in here. Let's have a little count. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sub boxes, interestingly enough. So these are 600 by 600 panels. You can see it's dark now in here. I'm just using the natural light to the back office, or rather let me just show you what I've got here on the ceiling. 2 of those crappy bulkhead lights. So we're going to just leave the lighting completely as is. I'm not turning on any soft boxes, anything like that, just to show you how bad it is in here most of the time. Lots of shadows being thrown as well. So this is it, massive, 60 by 60 centimeters. So I've ordered 6 of these, so I'll have 2 in the back office area and then another sort of 4 in the main sort of garage area, which half of that is sort of studio space. They are 48 watts each, 6500K, white colour. They're supposed to have a CID of above 90, which sounds like nonsense to me, but let's hope it is. I'm just going to open these out because they're supposed to come with a fitting frame because they're designed for suspended ceilings normally. So if you're going to touch them sort of your normal plasterboard ceiling, you're going to need one of these fitting frames. And also they're supposed to come with the power supplies. So let's slide it out. There we go. Nice big white panel. I'm just going to look in the bottom of the box, see what else they've got. Panel fixing kit, colour white, and a packet of screws. So it looks like there's going to be some assembly required, unfortunately. So this is basically a frame though, that it's going to go around the edge and they'll slide into them. Yeah, that's it. So you'll have to assemble that frame. Let's not worry about that for now. And I guess these are just the additional fittings you'll need for that frame. Has come with a transformer. Let's have a look here, see what spec it is. 30 volts to 45 volts output. There you go, 1.1 amps constant current, so that's the output of that. So just give you a sort of feel for the weight of the panels. Yeah, they're not very heavy. I'd say not even half a kilo, maybe if that. Really thin, I mean that's super thin. You can see my fingernail, it's only about as thick as a fingernail, so you could get these anyway, you could put these on the wall. Just imagine that whole area is going to be nice and bright and white. You could just literally mount these on the wall and just use them in place of your soft boxes. So I'm going to set this up, I'll set the camera up pointing at where it's going to go and change them, and hopefully we'll see a measurable difference in lighting. So let's just have a little play before I hook it up. I'm going to do something a bit dangerous, so don't copy me, but this is the power basically. Neutral and live in that order. I'm going to try to pop it into here. Don't do this, just let me do it and just see how bright this thing actually gets. Whoa! Yeah, that's crazy bright. That's really amazing. It's strikingly bright. It's like daylight in here. Wow, I can see a few of these is going to really transform my working space. Awesome. Let's now I have to assemble it. Whoa! It's like looking straight into the sun. Some user assembly is required, so it makes sense to sit down at my bench and actually have a little look through. Let's see what we can see here on the documentation. 48 watt LED panel. Lots of stuff on the specs here. Not sure what the difference is. These are all 48 watt ones. all these lines in the spec look really simple. Yeah, similar. But here we go. It's the different color temperatures. That's fine. Dimensions 595 by 595. So these will fit in standard sort of those roof rail systems you get in offices. You know, the suspended ceiling. So they'll just be a direct replacement for that. The power supply is neat. Has this nice jack on it on the LED side, so it makes swapping them in and out really simple. That's about it from terms of the paperwork you get. So this is like the rather long box which contains the fitting kit. Obviously got a few of these sort of different fixtures. There's 4 of those, so I'm not sure what they would normally be used for, but they'll probably become apparent. And then there's some usual raw plug type fixings. You can put those over here in my bundle of wires. Opening the box. Lots of bits of metal. And look, I'm going to turn on my softbox light here. You can see it just to give me an extra bit of illumination, and that hopefully will be a thing of the past once these are installed. Got some instructions. 5 and 6. 1, 2, 3. So take the frame, assemble the frame pieces together, form 3 of them, basically fit them to the ceiling, it seems, using raw plugs. Then you're going to slide in your panel, hook your panel up to your electricity, then slide the panel in all the way, and then fit the end cap with the screws provided. So there's probably going to be slightly different extrusions here because you're going to have 2 ends and 2 sides. So we can work out which is which. I got these in the white. So that's the 2 of one type, and these are the 2 end panels. That's pretty easy to figure out. So what you've got to do, and too complicated to do on the bench because I've not got enough room, is figure out how the ends screw on, and that is about it. So you just pop those on like that, and then pop the 2 small screws in, and it should just fit quite nicely because they've already got pre-etched channels. You know, the camera's going to have trouble focusing on this, but you can see them right there. It's a bit blurry, but these pre-etched channels, so you can just get the screws straight in there. They're not threaded, but they'll come with self-tappers. So I'm going to progress, get these all done, and then the moment of truth, the actual fitting. Come on. Okay, I finally got like 3 sides of the frame in. It was a bit of a pain because I had to use raw plugs and stuff in the end, and you want to make sure you use them so it doesn't fall down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tilt the camera down now to underneath. So you can see the general mess of the back office. And I'm going to be standing underneath. So this is the before picture. And now with the light, I'm bathed in the light. I can see in the picture in the camera that I look all weird even because there's such bright light on me. It's amazing. I can't even explain. I'm looking at my hands. The camera's going to be adjusting its exposure, so you're not going to be seeing everything. But I'm looking at my hands because I'm seeing like the finest amount of detail here because of the quality of this light. It's so bright, so penetrating. Makes my hands look old. God, am I old? I'm blown away. So that's just one light. I've got another one to do in here, which will be bang. This is bright, and then the other 4 in the garage. Boom, 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 boom. So much light. So these fittings, they're about £20 each without the frame, and I think the frame will add an extra sort of £13. But boy, oh boy, get the frame. I wouldn't bother trying to hang these any other way. So just get the frame, do it. I mean, this whole installation will cost me about £200, which isn't cheap, but if you think about it, one fancy light fitting can be £200. So the amount of value you're going to get out of this, it's just going to make you be able to sort of work so much easily. And if you do videoing or anything like that, wow, it's just going to reduce your need for so many of these ancillary lights. So I'm just going to go and do the rest now, and let's sum up at the end. So I was really trying to find a way of getting to show you how bright this is in a sort of realistic way, and then I realised I can just compare side by side the 2 objects. So on the left you've got the CFL, and I think it's an 18 watt one. I'd have to double check that, but I'm pretty sure it is. And there you have your 48 watt panel, and this camera is doing a darn good job of it. If I take a picture of my phone, for example, this just shows up black almost with just the centerpiece showing. So but it's really hard to sort of show you. But look at my hand, how bright that is underneath, right? You see how it's just illuminated. If I go across to here, not quite. Although, you know, it's a nice warmer colour though, isn't it? Look, it's a nice sort of red. But then when I move my hand over here, white, you know, without turning the exposure down. I'm going to try now just turning down the exposure on the camera. There you go, I can sort of turn it down. Maybe I've lost a bit of the nice red colour there. I might have to play with that. So yeah, not particularly warm, but it's like daylight in here. Okay, I'm going to come clean with you. My first fitting of the light was really, really wonky. But I sort of just had a brainwave, and I'll show you what I've done. I've taken the old light fitting, and I've put it on here. I've basically put it on the cardboard box that the light came in, and I sort of drew around it and then cut it out with a Stanley knife. And the idea is that this will become a template, and I'll show you how it will work. So if I take the frame, which I've sort of built up one of the frames, I can pop that somewhere in the middle, just more or less get it centralised where you want. And then I'm going to go round and mark the screw holes, and I'm going to make sure it doesn't shift around while I do that, because then the cardboard is going to act as the template, and you're going to say, why are you bothering? Well, my fine friends, I'm going to show you why I'm going to bother, because it's almost impossible with two hands. The idea is, imagine this is the ceiling, right? If I get rid of this so you can see it nice and clear. This is the ceiling with the light fitted. All I need to do is go up to it now, push this over the top, mark my 4 holes, and these will be aligned perfectly through these bulkhead lights, which I did measure up and fit. So I won't get the wonkiness I have on my first light, because my first light's like that, to be honest with you. So this is going to be great. So I'm going to try that now. In fact, come with me, let's go do it. So we're going into the dingy dark dungeon. You can see in here the light quality isn't very good. So now I'm doing it not just on my own, but one-handed. So let's see if I can manage this one-handed carrying the camera. So yeah, going to step back. So you can see it's over the light fitting, it's taking its weight. I'm not really going to be able to do this one-handed, but just to show you, that's my hole right there, and I'm going to just push this up and mark them out, all 4, and then that way, that light and all of the others here will be all perfectly aligned. Here is a clip of my garage before the lights are fitted. I've fitted the frames now, and I've removed the shades from the existing ones. You can just see the raw bulbs. So this is as bright as it ever is in here. So I'm now going to swap them out, and we'll see if it's made much difference. Behold, the lights are all fitted. I've just got one light behind me, and that's just sort of camera light I've got here. I'm going to turn it off, and then we're going to flick on the lights, and let's see if we're bathed in the burning light of a corona of a sun. Ooh, it's dark. Spooky. Almost there. 3, 2, 1, go! What? Yeah, amazing. I can't really describe the light here, but it's phenomenally cool. It's like I can actually see things now. I can see things into the shelves, and you know, I'm looking for something now. Everything's just jumping out, popping out at me. Pop, pop, pop. So yeah, definitely. 48 watt, 60 by 60 panel lights with the plasterboard fitting. If you've got a garage or a work area or area that you're filming, you know, I've got these lights here. These are LEDs too, they're not as good as these. Please consider investing in some of these. They just really work well. I'm going to now fix up my one wonky one, which I ignored earlier, but now all the rest are so good, I've got to sort that one out. Please feel free to comment down below on your LED light experience, especially if you've played with these larger, more high wattage panels. Feel free to click subscribe and like this video, and as ever, thank you for watching.